Happy 60th birthday to Bond, James Bond. 60 years on, and I still have all the time in the world.
Hidden within your lies.
50 slices of bonding, written and directed by my awesome friend and subscriber, Mr. TARDIS11, also known as Ollie Pajak, and is the third and final installment in his Bond Trilogy. So, Ollie, old pal, this review is for you. I hope I can do your masterpiece justice. So, 50 Slices of Bonding tells the story taking place after the events of Christmas Bonding, where all of the Bonds are having daddy issues with the head of the family and their father, Connery, played by Jake, and Brosnan, particularly played by Ollie himself, has to confront his father, and while at the same time falling in love with the beautiful and badass Jinx, played by Georgina. At the same time, Connery teams up with two other villains, a Knick-Knack, played by Ollie, and Scaramanga, played by Nick. This movie just recently had its premiere on July 23rd, and Ollie, I am deeply sorry I was not able to attend the premiere, but luckily, Ollie released the movie a day early on his channel page at Productions, so it is on there for free now. If you want to go check it out, please do so. This fabulous movie deserves all the views in the world, and I think it's clear to see that this is the biggest, most impressive, most ambitious, and greatest movie that Ollie has ever made. It's just wow, what a movie! And I mean, this, and it's also by far the greatest Bond fan film and parody ever made. I mean, and it's Ollie's first over 2 hour movie, so the sky is the limit to Ollie's talents in filmmaking, and I cannot wait to see him go beyond that running time in the future, and cannot wait to review his first 3 hour movie, and this is the perfect and flawless love letter to James Bond, to Bond's 60th anniversary, 1962 to 2022, and it's not only the best in Ollie's Bond trilogy, but it's one of my favourite Bond movies now, and one of my favourite movies of the year. This movie may not have the hundreds of $1 million budgets behind it like like the official Bonds, it's but it's got but it's got passion, and you could see the commitment that's not just Ollie, but every single one of the cast and crew puts into making this project. I mean, heck, it has more care put into it than a lot of the weaker official Bond movies. This is 10 million times the Bond movie than all four shitty Pierce Brosnan Bond movies combined, and uh, and and Ollie, as in his third and final performance as Brosnan, is just brilliant. He's a remarkable actor as well as filmmaker, and if he was to be cast as the next Bond after Daniel Craig, then I would say perfect casting, MGM. Barbara Broccoli would be more than happy to have you in the role if you ever show her this one day, and Brosnan really steps up and make things right, and finds a peace. So when he finally learns to let go of his abusive toxic father Connery. And for a parody movie, this has bags of emotion to us, and Ollie's uh, Irish Brosnan accents never ceases to amaze me. But as well as Ollie, everybody raises the bar up to 100 and gives their finest performance of the trilogy from Neve as Moneypenny and Jake as Connery, Nick as Scaramanda, Ollie as Nick Nack, and Ollie's sister Abby, and even new cast member Georgina as Jinx. I mean, this has the strongest female characters of Ollie's Bond trilogy, and of them, Jinx 100% steals the show. She is possibly my favorite character in the entire film, and she and her backstory does tie into Nick Nack, as Nick Nack killed her parents, so even she has some conflict to resolve in this movie, as well as Brosnan, and you know that they both really cheer one another up, and they both get one another out of their dark place. The love story in 50 Slices is what's the love story between Brosnan and Jinx in Die Another Day should have been. Take notes, Die Another Day. And this is the second Bond movie where Bond becomes a father after No Time to Die. And this movie confirms that Ollie is the biggest Bond fan to have ever lived. I mean, this has the most awesome and hilarious references to all the classic Bond movies, and they are actually done right and respectfully, unlike Cough Cough Die Another Day. But yeah, references like you know the man with the golden gun, the world is not enough, and even Piers, we don't have the budget for that, but they don't know that. And Ollie even uses the beautiful final ascent track from my favourite track from No Time to Die with great effect in the scene where he tricks you into thinking he's going to kill off Brosnan in the same way Craig was killed off, but not quite. And terrific choice to use all the time in the world in the end credits. I mean, who could ever get tired of that song, and Jake as a Connery? I mean, amazing acting. I know Ollie knew Jake's mama, so that was so handy because Jake got the role of Connery, and I mean. Jake's Connery is nothing like the official Connery. I mean, Jake's Connery is the definition of a dick. He completely whips and sees his own son as Brosnan as a piece of trash, and is just completely controlling of his family. I mean, and when he says Palpatine's classic lines like use your aggressive feelings, let the hate flow through. Comedy at its peak, and the other Ollie who plays the other villain, Nick Nack, as well as Brosnan Jinx's son. I mean, yeah, he is extremely charming, and his French accent is so divine and devilish too, and Nick as Scaramanga is really going all out to make you laugh, and it totally works, especially when the villains are living in a tent after their lair is blown up and Nick has the shower cap on. Come to think of it, is this the funniest of the trilogy? Yes, it is, and and uh, and of the other female characters, Neve as Moneypenny gets to kick ass the most in this one, particularly when she helps Brosnan escape in the first act. And she and Brosnan have a brief romantic moment, and and Abby as a solitaire, she is absolutely awesome. You can see how heartbroken she is when she finds out her lover has had an affair with Santa. An affair with Santa. I mean, that is beyond funny, and there's surprisingly one real tragic moments here that I did not see coming when George Lazenby uh, sees the photo of George Lazenby feels that he's just been completely disowned by his family, no matter how many times he's changed his face, and thinks he has nothing left to live for. So he has one last look at his photo of Tracy, and he stands in front of a train and willingly gets hit by the train. Hands down, one of the most moving scenes that Ollie has ever directed, as and props to Ollie's writing and directing there, and the uh, locations and action sequences here are all impeccable. The grandest of the entire trilogy. I mean, there's a flashback with an Aston Martin. I mean, yeah, it's every Bond fan's dream to have an Aston Martin in their movie, and Ollie's uncle even has a splendid cameo as Oddjob. All the fight scenes are thrillingly choreographed, and both the female and male characters get to equally kick ass. And the escape from the Red Room, the villain's lair. I mean, that was one explosive action scene. See, that was inspired by Bond and Madeline's escape from Blofeld's lair in Spectre, and I loved that. And all the explosions and the gun effects and the helicopters. I mean, looked completely professional, and the drone shot in the opening shots of the forest zooming down, that is as impressive cinematography as Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die, literally. And I mean, the first half of the movie is not as actiony as the second half, but that's okay. Throughout the 2 hour and 15 minute runtime, there is always something here to keep you entertained, and the opening song, "The Truth Hidden Within Your Lies," just a masterpiece of a song. And I mean, I mean, that song alone got me teary-eyed before any of the emotional scenes in the movie happened. And "The Truth Hidden Within Your Lies" is the song I'm going to be replaying on my phone constantly for the rest of the year. I love it that much. And uh, so overall, Ollie, you did such an awesome job of concluding your trilogy, buddy. I absolutely love this movie, and it lives up to the hype and beyond. And Ollie proves as a filmmaker that without heart, a movie ain't worth nothing. I give 50 slices of bonding 5 stars out of 5. Best movie ever. So yeah, biggest congrats to you, Ollie. I mean, you did the most wonderful job with your trilogy, uh, and I cannot wait to see what movies you direct in the future, and you can be sure whenever you release a movie, I will review it for you, my good friend. Um, well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on 50 Slices of Bonding? Is it your favourite of the trilogy like it is mine? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and Instagram. And I'll see you next time when I review the newest DreamWorks movie, The Bad Guys. And once again, Ollie, I hope you liked this review, man. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.